Right guys, we has an A150 classic. It's a classic. That's down there. What did I put that oil filter down there for? Right, so that's down there. We need to crack that off. Oh, Jesus, some miles away down there. It's got a dipstick as well. It's a screen wash. Coolant, I think. Right, we've got coolant. So all good there. We know about the spring. Yep, this is where I broke. This one here is just going to end up the same. That's a little bit from in there. So you can see the spring is broken. So yeah. So there's a bit of it there. So there's the rest of it. So aye. So that was in there to there. Alright, so it was going to end up the same as the other one. You see how rusty it is. So had a look through the car. We couldn't find the right springs for it. It was basically what they said was we can't cross refer them. You need the dots on them, which is a 58 plate car. Likelihood is if they were still on the original springs, you wouldn't be able to see them anyway. They'd be rotted off it by now. But managed to find some invoices or some Monroe struts on the back on the front as well. So between the numbers for the Monroe struts and the springs that were fitted on the rear in 2019, Dingo were able to match them up. So we're going to crack on to the service, do these two front springs. I've marinated this overnight as well. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Right, so we've taken the filter out, take the dipstick out as well. Right, we've taken that filter out of there and we'll let it drain away. Right, so all that which was in there will drain into the sump. Put the cab up and see we're marinating here, marinating there, and I'll show you underneath why I marinate it. Right, so underneath the big beast, so you can see it actually had a new auxiliary belt as well in 2019, and then that pulley and that one up there, what happens is the bearings stop turning and the plastic just melts itself. So it's got a new belt again. And the new pulleys, so and you can see how tight it is in there, man. It's a nightmare job, man. It is an absolute nightmare job, guys. So so some plugs there. So you've already seen we've drained that oil filter housing which is up there. We've marinated all these bolts, anti-roll bar links as well. So but you can see on these marks, you just see there the wheel studs, they're protruding out of the back of the hubs, so they're prone for shearing because they rust up. So I've sprayed all of them overnight, so hopefully that'll help. So we'll get the oil drainer underneath we'll get the Automotech oil drainer underneath it. She's over there, R2. R2D2. So we'll get R2D2 under it, we'll get the oil drained out the A150. We'll let that drain while we're doing these springs. New oil filter in it, get that good old service, get all the pressures done, all the lubed bits lubed. The pressure's done as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Haven't already, hit a thumb, hit a subscribe, man. It's free for you guys, and have yourselves a great old day, okay? So we've drained the oil at the wee A class, cleaned the hubs, done the tyre pressures as well, removed this part, cleaned up the two studs, very clean now. We've cleaned that anti-roll bar link in a pain because both of the nuts are going in towards the inside of the car, which is a pain in the backside, to be honest with you. So cleaned all those up, they're rotten again, same on that side, so hopefully they'll come off no bother. And you see where that spring was busted there, so it's just going to end up the same as the other side. So thankfully spotted it, so if I hadn't noticed that, but then it probably ended up back here with a broken spring again. So well, like the other side, broken however many places, I think maybe 2 or 3 places on this side. So so I don't think we're going to need the spring compressor to get that one off, to be honest with you. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit a big thumb, hit a subscribe down there somewhere. We'll get these units off, these Monroe shock absorbers off, get our new list dropper springs fitted, and hopefully it'll be all good. And I touched on this as well, that we had marinated these bolts. I believe somebody's had this issue. To me, they're new wheel bearings, so rather than drill out all the studs, which they must have had to do, or they would have had to do if they hadn't replaced the bearings, that's brand new wheel bolts. No chance they're in that condition from 2008, and for sure that's a new wheel bearing as well. So it's had all the money spent on it, the car. It's just getting old, and it's probably been sitting about as well, probably due to lockdown, all that kind of stuff, it's not been getting used. So this is what happens when things sit, they get all rusty. Anyway, thanks for watching. Right, so that's both strut units off the car. Obviously that side there, we can see is very broken. So yeah, it's very broke. So So there's it, 1, 2, 3 bits, and that one's just the one. I think it's probably, you can see the wee link there just sat in the ramp, just the end of it. So we'll get these two changed. Hopefully they are the right ones. We should be able to compare it to that one that's almost whole. It's just that's broken off it, unless there's more broken off that we can't see. But it should still be in there. So we should be able to link it together and, you know, compare. So we shall crack on here. The anti-wheel bar links, that one's okay, but there is a little bit of play in that one, but we've spent so much money at the moment on the wee car, so I think we'll just clean all that up so as we can get it off whenever it comes back. So it needs a wee wiper as well, and it's probably, I'm not sure when the MOT is due in the car, so we'll need to check that as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Guys, obviously you've seen that dipstick. It was all rotten, pitted. I've cracked on a wee bit, tightened these nuts up here. I've left this off at the minute just to show you. So there's a little bung in there for you, that's your cooling bottle, right, which then slots into there as well. See it? A little tab there that holds it, and then there's one nut, and that's up there for it, to hold that in. So you do need that off to get that in. Now I believe this vehicle has had in 2019, I can't find the invoices, I've only found invoices, I've found a load of invoices, right, majority of them for 2019. So I think those strut mounts might be new, and the shocks are new. The wheel nuts are definitely new, and I would say the wheel bearings were new. I can't find invoices for them either. It's maybe they've just lost them or whatever, I didn't put them in or whatever, but there's a load of invoices of it. So I think this wee car has had a load of money spent on it, and then it's probably been stood for a long time, hence the rust. Maybe that's what's happened to the alternator pulleys on it as well. That is quite common on the Mercedes, but it probably wouldn't help if it's been sat for a long time. Now Mercedes, for whatever reason, they're brilliant, right? Mercedes absolutely brilliant, right? So they've been winning the Formula 1 for God knows how long, man, now. So they've been winning them on the Sundays and selling them on the winning them on the Sundays, winning the races on the Sundays, selling the cars on the Mondays, and let's face it, they probably sell lots of Mercedes. However, when they designed this one, I know why they designed the engine that way. The engine basically lies flat on these, right? So, and it shows that if you're in a crash, because there's a cylinder head there. I mean, even look at this, the steering gaiters. I mean, they're a bit funky looking, aren't they? So obviously we need to tighten up all these bolts, right, and put all this back, but we will get to that, and we'll clean the brake disc. But even that, the bar links on it, right? Why they faced them in that way? It's the same in there. It's really difficult to get them off, so everything's really difficult on it, and it's because of the way they put that engine. Now I know why they did it. It's because in an accident that engine should be shoved underneath the car, you know, it should be shoved underneath the car. And so we're underneath the car now, so that's where the battery is as well on it. So there's where your battery is. That's your charcoal canister, fuel tank kind of vent as well, if you like. It's a little catch can for vapours and stuff. So that's your battery, there's your sump, there's your cylinder head. So you can see how that engine's lying, your gearbox as well. See your new sump plug, and that's a whole new plug. It comes with a new bolt and new washer, and that's the belt and pulleys that we put on it not that long ago. But yeah, you can see it's a mad setup. So it does make things incredibly difficult. But hey, they know what they're doing, Mercedes. I'm not slating them. I'm not sure what the current model of these are. So you can see it's just all lying kind of flat. So, and obviously the broken springs, you've obviously seen that. So it's a bit mad why that's kind of set up. Even the anti-wheel bar links, try to get them. It's fun and games, man, the old Mercedes, man. So thankfully the Mercedes, and if we go back to the Formula 1, the Honda Red Bull, the Red Bull with the Honda engine in the back here has been winning past 2 years, so, and they've been quite some margin ahead. But I think the last race there, they were only 15 seconds ahead, so catching up again, the Mercedes, so they're not too bad. So that's another thing on it. The exhaust's quite noisy on it, but if you look at it, it's quite new. I've not really found any leaks. I mean, there's a wee bit of soot relics out a bit here, but look at the design, man, that's another funky setup, So I'm not sure if you can just chop all of that off, that would most probably then spring apart with the looks of it, because of how it works, the looks of it. So it's not quite as sketchy looking as a Mark 1 Golf. If anybody knows what I'm talking about with them, that was rather sketchy, a bit dangerous trying to put the Mark 1 Golf clamp on. You need a special tool for it. I can't remember how it looked, but it was different to that, similar but different. So we'll get it back down there. We've tightened up those anti-roll bar links, and we shall now tighten up these two big 21s. We'll get all the plastic put back on, which is holding the ABS sensors, brake pad wire sensors, and your brake flexi hoses in the right orientation so they don't get fouled on the wheels. That tyre is going to need done soon. That one's not too bad. Looks like a winter tyre. That one's okay. That one's okay. The body's not too bad on it, right? Around about the jacking points, obviously I'm on the jacking point, so I'm on the jacking point down there as well. The sills are not too bad on it, to be honest with you. This for a 2008 car, guys, in Scotland is okay. Honestly, guys, this is a good one for 2008. Now, I think on the MOT history, the filler neck's advised, and that's obviously all the powder coating and stuff coming off it for the factory. So fuel tank's a wee bit corroded, so they probably should have advised that as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually leaking, to be honest with you. I doubt it's got much in it, to be honest. I don't know. So the springs were changed in 2019. There's a receipt inside the car for them. The brake pipes have obviously been done as well, but the nuts are getting a bit rusty there. So the shock casings, they're well rusty, so I bet they're not even working, those shocks. But for what this car is going to be doing, I know the customer, so they're basically retired, so it's not doing a lot of miles, so it's only to get the up and back and forward to the shops, I think. So aye, so that wee brake pipe there, actually, you can see it's going all green, so that one has been done as well. The original brake pipes don't do that. That's a copper pipe. So that's a copper zinc pipe. It's just starting to go that oxidised way. So they've been done, so you can see the colour it was. So they've been done, so they're not too bad. So aye, to be honest, and look at this, the chassis here. It's got plates on it for Edinburgh, so I'm not sure where it's been. It might have been garaged. So the plates on it, I think, say Mercedes Benz of Edinburgh. So that's probably where it came from a long time ago. So we get two bolts to tighten up. We'll tighten them up, get the wheels back on it. We'll get the oil in it, and it should be all good to go. We need to lube all the doors, reset service light, stuff like that. I didn't find the service book for the car.